Hey everybody, welcome to my official Palm Springs Pride planning edition of PromoHomo.TV. This is the Nicholas Snow Show. I want to introduce my signer Martin, who is here for those who need him. And all of my episodes are eventually subtitled. I think even when they're live, they're subtitled. So my goal for this particular episode is that in this episode, or through the resources you learn about in this episode, you're going to know how to participate in Palm Springs Pride 2020. There's opportunities to participate locally and worldwide, and the Palm Springs Pride 2020 is a reimagined, safe, socially distanced Pride Week celebration. So locally, we have virtual events that can be viewed around the world, and there are some participation events. I'm just going to take a breath because I want all my viewers to know this is the most technically complex episode of my show I've ever done. I just want to put that out there right now. Live in the studio, I have key fabulous folks that are involved with some of what you'll learn about in this episode. Brad Furr from Gay Desert Guide is going to be on the show talking about Light Up the Night. And I have Shankar and Melanie Jones and Louise Minnick from the Lesbo Expo who are talking about an amazing documentary that's produced locally that's part of Pride Night at the Movies at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. And I am having Jeffrey Bernstein on the show, who's going to talk about Pride in Your Windows, and it's a contest among businesses that has a social media component, and it's going to be very exciting. For those of you who are watching live, as you can see from Palm Springs Pride President Ron DeHart, he's saying, "Way to go, Martin. Thanks for providing interpretation tonight." I can put your questions and comments on the screen. And I want to definitely give a shout out to Ron for all of his work that he does on Pride and for letting me be a part of Pride, letting PromoHomo.TV be part of Pride. We have another comment. Ron Williams is participating because he's come up with a completely fabulous photo book that is all about Palm Springs Pride dating back for many years. And that is also available. So he's going to be on the show. Before I get into more nuts and bolts, I have to just let all of you know that, bear with me, like I said, this is one of the most complicated shows I've done. All right, so with the fall season of PromoHomo.TV, which expanded over the summer with 33 episodes of 5 series, on the first week of October, I basically launched a Patreon account, giving people around the world the opportunities to subscribe to PromoHomo.TV for as little as $3 a month. So a week into this, my first 2 Patreons signed up, and I'm thrilled that my very first patron of PromoHomo.TV is in fact Brad Furr from Gay Desert Guide, so I want to acknowledge him now. And also, I want to acknowledge, I might cover up Martin briefly. Yes, G. Francis Giles is the other patron, so I want to give them a shout out. So we have a huge action-packed show coming up, and I'm going to be bringing on my panel of distinguished guests. But before I do that, I mentioned that everything that you need to know about Palm Springs Pride is part of every story about Palm Springs Pride 2020 at PromoHomo.TV. There's fantastic information on the Palm Springs Pride Facebook page, on the Palm Springs Pride.gay website, and multiple other places. But I actually took every single event and put them all on the same page if you want a more succinct way to discover all of the information. And we're going to review some of that when I get back as well. With that said, I'm going to be back with my panel after this.
You're with me, it's alright. Together on our lives, a new start. to hold me. You know where I wanna be. It's okay to hold me.
And we're back. I'm going to bring in my panel all at once, like the Brady Bunch. And then we're going to all talk amongst ourselves and with you as appropriate throughout the show. Because he's the first patron ever of PromoHomo.TV, I'm bringing on Brad Furr of Gay Desert Guide, .lgbt first. Hi, Brad.
Hi, thank you.
And they usually say ladies first. I'm saving the best for last, so I'm introducing the ladies last. Jeffrey Bernstein has joined the show from Destination PSP. He'll be speaking with us about the Pride in Your Windows project. Welcome, Jeffrey.
Hi, Nicholas. Thank you.
And I have Shankar and Melanie Jones, who are with the Lesbo Expo, and Louise Minnick is backstage waiting to come on via audio later. And welcome, ladies. I'm so happy that you're here. And you'll be speaking to us about the fabulous documentary that you've produced locally that is going to be part of the Pride Night at the movies. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, thank you.
For having us.
Thank you. Yay.
I don't think this is your typical Brady Bunch.
No.
Okay, so one of my goals for this show, and the reason that I've packed so much content into this episode, is because even though we're several weeks away from Palm Springs Pride 2020, people need to plan for a variety of things, such as buying tickets for the Pride drive-in before they sell out, preparing for the Light Up the Night event, decorating their windows if there are businesses, etc. So before I bring you in for one-on-one conversation, every single story at PromoHomo.TV has the layout of all of the events. So Safer Together, Greater Together, Exist, Persist, Resist is very much a part of what we're all about. There's opportunities to subscribe to 3 different video platforms for our live broadcast. There's Ron's gorgeous picture, Ron DeHart. And then we get to thank the sponsors because it wouldn't happen without them. One of the first things that's happening as part of the official calendar of events is November 3rd, Tuesday. It's the Rally Against Racism from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it's basically a call to go vote. That's what that's about. And by the way, I designed that graphic today. I'm learning everything. There's going to be a flag-raising event that is televised on PromoHomo.TV. It's a virtual event you can watch from all over the world. There's going to be an Interfaith Pride. Jeffrey, how do you pronounce that word?
Camelot Shabbat.
Thank you for that. It's an interfaith service that's really spectacular. And Light Up the Night. So since we're now to Light Up the Night on November 6th through 7th, I'm going to go ahead and make our dear friend Brad Furr full screen. I'm going to make him large screen. There you go,
Bigger
Brad.
than life. I'm bigger than
There
life.
you are.
Thank
So
you.
Brad, tell us about Light Up the Night.
Well, you can see in the back of my, I've got a Palmer and Kreisel.
Just a second. I have to move. Martin was. I have to move Martin around because he was blocked by my logo. So bear with me. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, I see.
Martin was blocked by the logo, so now someone else is going to be. I'm just going to play bouncing cameras.
There we go.
So I'm
Now
not
I'm
bouncing.
up there. Now I'm
I know,
like,
but I'm going to bring you back. Oh, there. All right. So
Now
now
Nicholas
Martin
is
is
in-
not the one who's blocked. I'm blocked by the logo, but that's fine. So
Yeah.
sorry about that, Martin. What is Light Up the Night?
So as you can see, I'm in a Palmer and Kreisel, my home in Palm Springs. And in the background, in my clear story windows, those are pink lights They look a little purple on screen, but they're actually pink. And that I just started, I actually bought some lights online, these color glow lights, and I decided that I would give an example of what Light Up the Night is all about. So what we are wanting people to do is light up your home. The business is being handled by Jeffrey Bernstein and the folks at Main Street. They're going to do a great contest. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But we are getting individuals to light up their homes with either pink lights or rainbow colored lights on the Friday and Saturday of Palm Springs Pride. So these lights, I think my neighbors can see them from near and far. And these lights will give people the idea and the notoriety that we are letting people know that we are supporting Palm Springs Pride 2020 in a virtual way. Since we can't gather all together, this is the next best thing, giving our support to Palm Springs Pride with this Light Up the Night. And over these 2 nights of November 7th and 8th, I believe it is. I think I'm right on those dates.
It's on Pride Weekend, November 6th and 7th, Friday and Saturday is the Light Up the Night events.
6th and 7th. So Friday the 6th, we're encouraging everybody to have their lights up and then take a photograph of those lights. You can have yourself in it, your dog, Smidge can be in it, Shan, if you want, friends, whatever. But do a little light update for us. And then we're going to be posting those photos. We're going to ask you to post those photos on Facebook, on social media. And we've got a contest all set up that we're really excited about because Alaska Airlines has come on board and they are going to be giving us air travel for 2 for the top 2 vote getters. So here's how you do this. On Friday night, you upload the photo of your display, and then on Saturday, we are going to take the top 10 that we judge, and we will judge, and we will post those top 10 in a separate contest, and then we're going to invite people to vote for their favorite. So if you've got friends, you can activate your friends, and they can vote often and vote early, like Chicago, or they can do whatever they want to do to help you get across the finish line. Share that on social media and let people see your Light Up the Night display.
And
so
I was just going to just remind people that all of these details are at PromoHomo.TV.
Yes, and we literally just met this afternoon, Ron and I and Jeff Deneen Jones, who's helping with this. We put the final touches on this. We have prizes for all 10 people who are winning, the top 10 people. And again, there are 2 sets of air travel for 2 anywhere Alaska Air flies. So the top 2 people are each going to get a pair of airline tickets, which we love. Our friends at Grocery Outlet are donating $50 gift cards for the next 2 winners. And then the next 6 people after that are going to get a Pride Party Pack, courtesy of Effin' Vodka. So you can drink away the fact that you didn't win the top prize.
Okay, then. Well, thank you, Brad Furr. And just a reminder, it's on the website, PromoHomo.TV. So we're scrolling on down in order. There's the drive-in movie experience. I'm going to scroll through that quickly because I have guests who are on the show tonight to talk about it. But I've done a great layout of both nights of Pride Night movies with some great opportunities to watch the movie trailers, etc. So there's a virtual 5K run and walk. You can participate anywhere in the world on any of the days of Palm Springs Pride 2020 weekend, November 6th, 7th, and 8th. And it benefits the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. They've rebranded, they've added the Q. And there's also the registration link there. We're going to have 3 Pride parades instead of 1. None of them are real and in person. They're all virtual. We're doing 3 broadcasts of 3 years of Pride parades, live rebroadcasts. So that's fantastic. There's a Pride tea dance with DJ Galaxy, promoted by KK 106.5. and you can listen and watch worldwide on a Twitch. Is it Twitch? I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a Twitch channel that's also linked. And party packs to go. Trio Restaurant and Tony Marchese have gotten together to support Pride, so you can get your party packs to go in advance. You need to order them in advance. You pick them up curbside, and you enjoy them during one of the virtual Pride events. And those are supported by Trio and Channel Q. And on the next Pride-focused episode of PromoHomo.TV's The Nicholas Snow Show, I have AJ and Michaela from Channel Q's morning show, so we're looking forward to that. And next up, we have Pride in Your Windows, which means that I'm going to bring Jeffrey full screen to talk about the Pride in Your Windows opportunity. Welcome, Jeffrey.
Hello, how are you?
Great. So, I wanted you to be able to tell the community about Pride in Your Windows because it takes some time and preparation, and the judging actually starts, I believe, November 2nd. So give us the rundown.
Yeah, so basically what it was is, Pride is also a great opportunity for Palm Springs businesses. So everyone's sort of feeling the sadness of not having all the big Pride events. So what Main Street came up with doing is a Pride in Your Window contest. And even though we're not going to have a parade or a festival, we want to have as many Palm Springs businesses create Pride window displays, or if they don't have a window, they can do an interior display or a courtyard display. So it's open to restaurants, retail, and other businesses. And the idea is to create something that's Pride related, celebrates Pride, throughout downtown Palm Springs, uptown, and other areas of Palm Springs. And what we're doing is this will encourage people to walk around downtown, but safely, socially distanced. You can do it at your own leisure. We're asking that the windows be up from November 2nd through the 9th. So they'll be up for at least a week. Some people will be doing it longer. And that way people can go, they can see the different windows, the different displays. We're also encouraging businesses to post their displays online for those people who don't want to go out and want to be able to see them from the comfort or safety of their home. We're going to have voting in 3 categories for restaurants, retail, and other businesses. And winners in each category, we're going to have an online poll, voting contest. So it'll be a community vote. And the winners in each of the categories, we have 2 sets of prizes. One is a cash prize, which the winners will be able to give to the Greater Palm Springs Pride organization from their company or their business. And that'll be a cash prize donated by Main Street. And then we'll have donated prizes, gift certificates, other types of things for the winning business to give to their employees. And I think, as you know, a lot of local employees, they were furloughed, they have gone through a stressful time, some of them. So we want to give a way to give back to the employees and the businesses and the community. So hopefully this will be a great way for Palm Springs businesses and the community to celebrate Pride.
Well, I've showed that on the webpage, and it's available, all the details, the link to more information. One of the things I actually couldn't find on the Facebook event listing is how do people specifically register and let you know they're participating?
In order for businesses to register, they can either respond on Facebook or they can send an email directly to myself, Jeffrey at Destination PSP. It's Jeffrey. I guess it's there on the screen, at Destination PSP. And we'll be getting a list ready, and we'll be finalizing the list the end of October. So you have until October 31st to sign up.
Well, thank you so much, Jeffrey. I appreciate you appearing live to talk about all of that and for your hard work and dedication and commitment to our community.
Thank you.
I'm going to now show
Cute.
all of us again while I figure out what I want to show next. I think we're going to go to the drive-in movie conversation. But before I do that, I do want to give a shout out about this. So let's go. Oh, here we have it. So Images of Desert Diversity is by Ron Williams, and it's a fantastic book. It's an official publication of Palm Springs Pride. It's available at Destination PSP, so shop locally.
Yes.
And if you're nowhere near Southern California, you can get it at Amazon. But by all means, patronize Destination PSP
Actually,
if you can. Yes?
You can also get it at destinationpsp.com.
Oh, a destination. So they can order it from anywhere at destinationpsp.com.
That's correct.
All right, fantastic. So get it from anywhere at destinationpsp.com. And Ron Williams will be on the show in coming weeks to talk about it. And then the virtual food court, I wanted to give a shout out to the virtual food court. And once again, really the most immediate and direct way to find that is to go to palmspringspride.gay. But I do link to it from my own website as well. And that's the opportunity for people to order takeout or delivery from all of the restaurants that support Pride every year so we can give back to them. Or if they're having socially distanced outdoor safe dining, which very well may be in place, you can actually dine at the restaurants. But if you want to enjoy the virtual food court, by all means. So that's Greater Palm Springs Pride as it's laid out on my website. And I just want to thank our lesbian filmmakers for your patience. But I have some really exciting content to help promote Pride Night at the Movies, which is happening at the Palm Springs Cultural Center with the support of Nissan and Lesbo Expo. And did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So Friday night, the Friday night of Pride Night at the Movies, which is the 6th, the film is called Cured. Let's take a look at the trailer. But before I play the trailer, I need to take down that banner, or it will be on top of the trailer, and we don't want that. So this looks like a powerful movie, but this is going to be painful to watch. So here we go. That was the wrong trailer. I'm going to bring that one on in a
That
minute.
was good.
Here is Cured.
If you were gay in those days, you were diagnosed as suffering from a mental disorder. Like so many people in my generation, I went to psychoanalysis to be cured.
These are some of the methods doctors employ to cure homosexuality: electroshock therapy, hysterectomies on lesbians, castrations of gay men.
People use psychiatry as a reason to discriminate. Apart from the discrimination against us, it gave us a horrible image of ourselves.
In the early 1970s, there was this growing rebellion against psychiatry, and we wanted to remove homosexuality from the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual.
Body of knowledge which claims sickness for homosexuality has to be challenged.
We could not expect our civil rights as long as we were burdened with the sickness label.
Maybe it makes you feel good to be able to say that we're sick. Does it make you feel good?
The body of medical evidence suggests that it is a mental aberration.
There were so many of us that were at the same point. Enough is enough. We're not going to take it anymore. Period.
A number of psychiatrists talked about, why don't we organize, we can make an impact. John Fryer took a step as being the first psychiatrist to say, I'm a gay person. But no one recognized him. He represented all the people who were hiding and invisible.
The effect was electric.
At psychiatric annual meetings, there were demonstrations, if not in fact riots. Ron Gold, a gay activist, he got up there and he yelled out, "Stop it, you're making me sick." I told him in my speech, you don't have the right to decide that perfectly happy people are sick.
This fight was the most important moment in gay liberation history.
Wow.
Well, that's going to be a tough watch. Would all of you agree?
Yes. But necessary.
Yes, of course. Before I show the next trailer, which is one of the films that's happening at the Dub L feature Saturday night, before I just play that, I just want to comment that when we're living in Palm Springs, in this privileged community, it's sometimes easy to forget how far we've come, how far we've had to fight, and how much progress we've made. And Melanie, out of respect for you as a black woman on the panel, you have a completely different experience than any of the rest of us because of added layers of oppression that are still very much in your face today, of which we are all more aware. So I want to just acknowledge that as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So Saturday night is a Dub L feature. That is November 7th. And the feature film that is being, the feature-length film, the other one is a short film, right, Shan?
Yes.
All right. This is the feature film. I've interviewed the filmmakers. I've seen the film. Get your ticket.
Please welcome our panel of Power Dykes, Frances Stevens, publisher and editor-in-chief of Deneuve, the hottest lesbian magazine.
Deneuve, the leading lesbian magazine.
There wasn't a glossy magazine for lesbians anywhere. She decided, I'm going to make one. That's total rock and roll.
I love my job. I love my job. I love my job.
Whoever was in Curve, like that was it. That's how you knew what was going on.
Like the latest musicians,
in terms of like
the latest
lesbian
artists.
Yeah.
I think it's only in hindsight that I can fully appreciate what Franco had to sacrifice.
It was very hard to be out and open in the late 80s.
I think we should do away with gays if possible.
A lot of people lived in fear.
Once I had a guy spit in my face.
We did not see ourselves represented in any positive mainstream way.
There was nothing that showed what my life was all about. I was the one that was supposed to start this magazine.
She got the idea and then she's just like, oh my God, I need money.
So I just applied for a bunch of credit cards all on the same day. I just cashed them all in.
And here they come.
I'm going to bet an exacta with 2 long shots, and my horses came in first and second. At the end of the day, I had enough money to start the magazine.
Do you know what the difference is between parsley and pussy?
What, Franco?
I don't know. I don't eat parsley.
When the magazine put me on the cover, it allowed women in our own community to see a well-spoken, funny, intelligent, charming, gentlemanly butch, which is basically who I am unless you cross my fucking path.
For the first time, we could see black and lesbians, Asian, working class women.
Just the power of seeing me.
In the last 24 hours, I heard this thing that I never wanted to hear, that the magazine could be coming to an end.
As we became more visible, we also became a target.
We live in a systemic, racist, sexist, anti-LGBTQ world, and we have to fight it.
And Pride Night at the Movies is laid out once again with all of the other fantastic information that's available at PromoHomo.TV. There is the information. I love that vintage photo that I found. But there's information about the November 6th Cured event, as well as the movie trailer if you want to watch it again, and a purchase ticket link. And then there's information about the Dub L feature, November 7th, Ahead of the Curve, and the locally produced documentary Exist, Persist, Resist, and Thrive, which we're about to talk about. And because that is a short documentary, that is why we're not showing it here, because we want to save as much of the experience for that night as possible. And I just want to remind you that if you are watching live and comment or ask a question, I can put your comment or question on screen like this. So I'm going to bring Louise into the show. We're not going to see her. There's Louise. We have a round dot icon for Louise.
That's
Hi, Louise.
Good. Hi. How are you doing?
Hi. It's so nice. You know, it would be unfair not to have you here because you have been so involved with Lesbo Expo. So before I bring Shan and Melanie onto the show, I'd love for you to tell all of us about how Lesbo Expo came into being and its connection with this Dub L feature.
Lesbo Expo started from the Palm Springs Dyke March, which began in 2014. We had our first Dyke March in 2015. After 3 or 4 years of a Dyke March, we reached out to women to find out what is it we want to do moving forward. Lesbo Expo Presents came in to frame, and what we are trying to do is create visibility, creativity, and community for lesbians, queer women. That's what we're doing.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for being on the show. And I'm sorry that we don't have your camera working, but I appreciate that you've been here. So, Shan, I want to open it up for you to talk about hi, Shan. You're on. Tell us about the short film and also tell us what people can expect at this drive-in movie night experience, because I know there's swag bags both nights and different ticket prices. So give us the 411.
Well, I do want to say a little something about the fact that it is a Dub L feature, and the first feature is called Ahead of the Curve, and what's so amazing about Pride is that it is our stories, right? And like the Ahead of the Curve is a spectacular film. We are honored to ride side saddle with it. It is the story of Franco Stevens creating what started as Deneuve magazine, which became Curve magazine, which, I mean, just like Dyke March moving into Lesbo Expo, there was all kinds of craziness about the word lesbian. Even in Deneuve magazine, even in Curve magazine, lesbians still said, why do you have to call it a lesbian magazine? And so just like Louise has, like Lesbo Expo has, like this film Ahead of the Curve has, it's embracing the fact that it's not a dirty word to say lesbian or lesbo or dyke or march or any of those things. So it is a celebration. And in that it's our stories. I lived in San Francisco from 88 to 98 while that magazine was thriving and growing and creating. And the story is not just a lesbian story. It arrived in a brown paper wrapper, just like everything back in the day. And so I really, really encourage you to see both films. And this film, Lesbo Expo, actually, Louise, I have been involved with Dyke March and Lesbo Expo since the very beginning when they needed a little this or that. They wanted to meet Kate Kendall, or Louise called me this year and said, what can we do? What can we do? And a community film, a community project is what I did for 20 years with gay cruises and gay charters and conventions, is taking a bunch of people's experience and combining them. That's all I know how to do. And they decided to do that. They hired a really bright young editor to create the compilation. And I was a little bit put off by exist, persist, resist. Not put off, but I needed a bit of light. And I said, what if we add the word thrive? Exist, persist, resist, and thrive. The story of how lesbian artists are thriving in COVID. So we reached out to everybody that we know who's an artist. It was a rapid fire, quick thing. We had like about 8 weeks. And so the editor still is clipping together all kinds of interesting content that lesbian creatives and artists are doing during COVID. So this will be a celebration of the pivot that we all keep talking about. And Louise has managed to carry the torch year after year after year. And Melanie joined in 2016. She created stuff like the drum line. I know you remember us walking down the street with our drum line. This has evolved, and every year she picks it up and she carries that torch. And when lesbians complain about not having visibility, it's because they're not out there being visible. And Louise and Melanie and those people who have returned to carry this torch are creating that visibility. This town, Lucy and Gail, women's events are growing exponentially every year because of the few people who are willing to stand out there and drum at the front of a parade. Right, Melanie?
That's right, Shan. That's right.
Well, Melanie, what would you like to add about the Dub L feature, Lesbo Expo, and the evolution of lesbian visibility in Palm Springs and the Coachella Valley and your connection to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I really love mostly about being involved with this project and with Lesbo Expo is working with Shan and working with Louise. I love working with Louise. You know, she asked me to be co-chair this year, and I thought, oh, how cool is that? Because I get to get more involved with it. You know, I've been here in Palm Springs for 15 years. Who knew? It was a quick 15 years. And so I've watched the lesbian community grow and grow and grow and have been very involved with it, beginning with L Spot Palm Springs. If anyone remembers that, that was a while back. And I just love it. And with regard to the documentary coming up, Exist, Persist, Resist, Thrive, I've seen a little sneak peek of it, and it's amazing. I mean, we have women from all walks of life, young, old, very diverse, and everybody has something to say about being a part of the lesbian community. And I'm really excited to be a part of it. Marnie, she's the one who's editing and putting it all together. Her and Shan, they're doing a great job with the editing. And we had hundreds of people respond to being involved with it. 4 hours it came out to. And we're trying to bring it down to, well, you know, nice, maybe an hour. I don't know, Shan, you know. But I'm just excited. I'm excited to present this to the community. I hope everyone comes out, in particular the lesbian community, and enjoys it. There's been a lot of work going on, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Yay.
Well, you have been part of bringing light. That's what it's about. This particular bit is about showing the light. We all are in the struggle, but somebody needs to focus on the light. And I'm glad that, you know, everybody is into it, right? We all need it as much as each other. So thank you, Nicholas, for shining a light on our light. That's how it all works. We're happy to be here on your show today. Thanks for having us.
Well, yes, it's my pleasure. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying this because it's my commitment to document our lives. But I think there have been some lesbian events where I've been the only journalist there.
Yep.
That's right.
And I love to do what I can. So, Sean, Sean, I've just changed your name. You're gender fluid, right? So
yeah, sure.
Shan, you've done stand-up for a long, long time. Are you doing any online comedy right now?
I am actually doing Women on a Roll has women's entertainment every single day of the week, and I will be performing for Andrea Meyerson and Women on a Roll in November. Also in November on the 19th, I'm doing a live human comedy show with human people at the Landers Brew House Beer Garden with people like totally spread out. And I brought Tommy Rose and a brand new young lesbo comedian who just moved to the Valley. And so, yeah, I've been doing all kinds of game shows with Gay Desert Guide and Zoom That Tomb and lesbian speed dating and trivia and scavenger hunts. I can't tell you. It is the creatives. That was the point of our film. It is the creatives who are designed to make this pivot, who are designed to create nothing from darkness, to create light from darkness. So it is our honor to be able to do that, and yeah, I'm keeping it going.
That's right.
Well, thank you for that. And Melanie, I would be remiss to not point out that you are a popular, well-known, pretty good drag king.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Very good. Not pretty
Very
good.
good. Very good.
Very extraordinarily good. Drag
Yes.
King. So, are you doing any performing virtually, or where can people find your performances?
Where can they find Jesse Jones?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So his next performance actually is KGay 106.5 Halloween party that they're having October 30th and 31st. He will be performing there for sure.
Is that a virtual event that people can find at KGay 106.5?
Absolutely.
It'll be on
Yes.
their Twitch channel, and it's easy
On their
to
Twitch
find
channel.
or
That's
Okay.
right.
for Alice.
Okay.
And I've done a couple of shows with Marina Mack on Phil, and it's so nice because really you just watch yourself perform. You send in a tape, and there you go, a video, and you're all set.
Well, fantastic. I love you, and I love to spotlight you, and thank you for being here. I'm going to give you all a chance for a last word, but Brad, let the viewers know a little bit more about gaydesertguide.lgbt, and I also want to once again thank you for being the very first patron of PromoHomo.TV.
Well, thank you, Nicholas. You and I have been have known each other for years, since our days back in West Hollywood and Los Angeles, and we've worked together and collaborated. That's one of the things I really love about our community is how we all collaborate and get along so well. There's competitive spirits in many places, but for things like Pride and for the community, the LGBTQ community, we really do all come together and try to make things really happen. Gay Desert Guide, I created that about 7-8 years ago. It's meant to be the online hub for everything LGBTQ happening in the greater Palm Springs area. When real events were happening, we have one of the best event calendars in the Valley for LGBTQ events. But most of those are virtual now, and so they'll be marked as such, virtual. We was mentioning that we're doing some of the online events with our fun and games department, speed dating and trivia and all kinds of fun things. I think one of the most important things we do, though, is we have an LGBTQ business directory. So businesses that are LGBTQ owned or friendly, we put them in the spotlight. They advertise with us. But any business who is LGBTQ friendly can have a free listing on our site. We want to make sure that just as Main Street is trying to get people to shop local, we also want people to shop local, and at the same time, we also want people to give a little sexual preference to an LGBTQ owned or operated or friendly business in the community. Shan, you're laughing. Oh my God, I made Shan
You
Carr
want people
laugh.
to give their sexual preference to the business?
No.
Well, thank you so much, Brad. Jeffrey, I want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit more about Destination PSP. I've put your website up there for everyone to see, and one of the reasons I want to do that is because you're very philanthropic as an individual, you and your husband, but also your business is, and you're very connected to the nonprofit scene, and I just want to shine a spotlight on you. So why don't you talk a little bit more about your mission and purpose?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, our store is located. We have a retail store, which is at 170 North Palm Canyon, right at Museum Way in the town country. And our whole store is really was a love affair with Palm Springs. And so everything is Palm Springs, either branded or most of it now is Palm Springs inspired, a lot of mid-century inspiration. And we work with probably over a dozen different area nonprofits, everything from the animal shelter to the Boys and Girls Club to Desert AIDS Project to the LGBT Center of the Desert, and many others. So we are carrying that Pride book you mentioned, volumes. We actually, in the middle of the pandemic, we worked with, when everybody was shut down, we worked with the LGBT Center of the Desert to create a line of virtual hugs products, which we offered entirely online, even as our store was closed at the time. So you'll see a lot of that stuff in our store, and we're happy to be here. We're very appreciative of you and the show that you do and the service that you give to the community.
Well, thank you so much. It's really my honor. I want to give some of our viewers some acknowledgement, either about a segment or the whole broadcast. Beverly Swigert says, cool. She's a really involved lesbian in our community. And Ron Williams, who has the photo book we talked about, says, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to bring us all back on screen except for Louise. Louise, I'm actually going to let you have a final remark. I have to look off into the distance for a weird reason. So, just a second. Okay, Louise, tell me. Louise, if you unmute yourself, then I can give you the opportunity to give a last remark for this episode, but I'm not allowed to unmute you. Okay, well, Louise might be sleeping. Oh, I don't know where. All right, so sorry about that. Is there any of you would like to give a final remark for
I would love to
today's
say a couple
broadcast?
things. First of all, I've already got my pink lights for Light Up the Night. I'm good to go. I can't win because I work for Gay Desert Guide, but I'm ready to decorate my house and stuff. I want to say how grateful I am to be working with Lesbo Expo. Please check us out at the Dub L feature. And we're just grateful. Actually, Lucy and Gail, we did a hotline for women in the first month or so of COVID. The L Fund is out there. Helping people make ends meet in emergency situations right now. So for the lesbians, I just want to say, we're out there. We got you. Find us.
Okay. And Melanie, would you like to have a final remark for our show today?
Just thank you so much for having us on your show, Nicholas. Really appreciate it.
Well, it's been my pleasure. And Jeffrey, I'm going to give you a chance for a final remark.
I just want to encourage businesses and anyone who knows a business to participate in the Pride in the Windows contest. Doesn't matter how elaborate or not that elaborate. I know Destination PSP has something fun planned. So hopefully it'll give everybody something fun to do during Pride. Thank you.
Fantastic. And I don't think I gave Brad, I didn't give you a last word. What would you like to say?
I would just like to say thank you to Martin and to Jeffrey for being partners with us at Gay Desert Guide, and to Shan, who's been doing some fantastic work on our fun and games department. And I also just want to acknowledge Melanie for her great work in the community over at KGay 1065 as well.
Fantastic. And Beverly says we all look great, so we love that.
Beverly creates the crave dances for lesbians as well.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Crave Palm Springs. So I'm actually going to make myself big screen and thank all of you for being on. You're still there. If you want to hang out for some post-show chat, you can. I'll give you all the opportunity. But I'm going to say goodbye to our live audience right now. I want to just remind you that you can find everything we've talked about at PromoHomo.TV. Because you're going to want to know, you're going to want to be involved. If you're here in the desert or if you're anywhere in the world, there's opportunities for you to participate. With that said, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.
You're with me, it's alright, together on our lives.